Hey, Fusion family. Welcome back to the Fusion Kitchen. Today we're going to be making some delicious green onion and ginger fritters. It sounds simple, but it's fusion style and it's absolutely delicious. We're going to start with some fresh green onions. We're going to go ahead and we're going to dice that finely. And we have an inch of ginger. We're going to grate that and we're going to be using a half of chopped diced tomato to make this delicious dish. And what I love about this dish is the type of spices that we're going to be using to really elevate the flavor of this fritters. And today from the collection, we're going to be using the Spice It Right all-purpose seasoning along with our salt-free I Revive all-purpose seasoning. We're going to hit it with a little bit of our tamarind chutney simmering pepper sauce. We're going to be adding some turmeric for that extra healthiness and goodness, and we're going to season it with salt to taste. It's a delicious, very simple dish, but it's so tasty. It makes a great breakfast, lunch, snack. Looking for something different, you can cook these and store these in the refrigerator and just have them a nice grab and go snack. You're gonna love it. Now you can use anywhere from a half a teaspoon to a full teaspoon of ginger. If you want a little bit more on the spicier end, even add 2 teaspoons of freshly grated ginger, which you know is really good for the body. Let's start by using your favorite blend of flour, and I'm going to be using some spelt flour. For the fritters, we're only going to be using a cup of spelt flour that we're going to add to our diced green onions and tomatoes. We're going to season this well. We're going to start with the Spice It Right all-purpose season from our collection. And give a generous amount, a teaspoon, 2 teaspoons, and then we're going to go in, which is so herbed, at least 15 herbs in this I Revive salt-free all-purpose seasoning. You might be watching your salt, or you're just doing it for flavor. You can actually add your own salt to this dish. We're going to add some turmeric for extra goodness, also gives it a nice golden color. We're going to season with our sea salt to taste. Now this dish adds a lot of flexibility because you can add extra herbs, extra fresh thyme, oregano, depending on the flavor that you're trying to bring across. Now the tamarind chutney simmering pepper sauce is just one of the best pepper sauce in the collection. Adds such a broad spectrum of flavor. It is fantastic as a dipping sauce. So you can actually use this as a dipping sauce once you're finished making your fritters. You could dip them in it. It's used as a condiment. You can use it to simmer, and it's just such an excellent body of flavor. It's actually one of my favorite in the pepper sauce collection from Caribbean Fusion. Now we're going to give this a nice stir before we add our water. And when we add our water, we're looking for a sticky consistency. We don't want it too liquidy. So we're going to add the water a little bit at a time. We're going to mix it, check the consistency, and then keep adding the water. So we want it to be a little gooey and a little sticky to make this delicious fritters. Now this is the right consistency we're looking for. It's actually sticky, it's not too watery, and just enough to take the spoon and scoop them into some hot oil. So here we have our heated pan with some olive oil for frying, and we're going to heat this over. Start with a medium to high heat, and then we will regulate the heat as we go. Now let's go ahead and spoon these in, and you can make these as big or as small as you want to. If you're making them for finger foods, then you want to make them a little smaller. If you're making them for a meal, then you may want to make them a little bit on the larger side. But again, the sizes and the shapes is totally up to you. I would say these are going to cook up about 4 minutes on each side, and they're all done. You're going to look for a nice golden brown color. The oil would have saturated through the entire fritters to ensure that it's really nice and cooked. We're going to go ahead and give this a nice flip and continue cooking for another 4 to 5 minutes on both sides or until golden brown. And then we're going to drain them on some paper towel to get rid of the excess oil. Again, remember to regulate the heat. We don't want these cooking fast without getting the interior cooked. So we're regulating it between medium to medium high. Let's go ahead and get these out and drain them on some paper towel. Surely you can tell that I'm very hungry, and this last one is going to be the largest of them all. And we're going to be cooking this for at least 5 minutes on each side until it's fully cooked through. Really nice, simple, but so delicious, so flavorful. And there you have it, guys. Nice and simple green onions and ginger fritters. We're just gonna go ahead and garnish this up with some I Revive all-purpose salt-free seasoning. It's the 15 herb blend. Add some additional green onions. So nice and simple to whip up. Makes an everyday breakfast, lunch, or dinner, or even a snack idea. And they're so delicious. All I gotta say is yum, yum, yum.